Sandy from Food Lover Coaching Weight Loss Management Club. If you want to become a member of the club, all you need to do is subscribe. And if you want to be a VIP member, then subscribe and leave a comment. And for VVVIP members, those are the ones who can pick up lots of goodies that I have to offer. You would need to subscribe to my email list, which you can do that using the description below. Right, so in this video, it's about intermittent fasting. It's about my experience with intermittent fasting and how I found that this is my answer to maintaining a consistent, healthy weight. I'm not the doctor expert on intermittent fasting. I learned all I needed to know from a medical point of view by reading the books and listening to the videos of Dr. Jason Fung. That's Fung, Jason Fung. You can look him up and he tells you all about the benefits of intermittent fasting and also identifies some of the dangers about why certain people maybe should not use this regime. So if you're thinking about moving on to it, before you do that, go and see what Dr. Jason Fung say. But this is my experience. So about 2 years ago, I was looking, like I've always been looking, for a way to maintain a steady weight and not keep going up and down and up and down and up and down. I cracked it with intermittent fasting. For 2 years, I maintained my healthy weight, and then came lockdown. What happened was everything had to change. Everything sort of stopped for a while, and we're all now in limbo. And I got a bit bored, and I started to snack. Well, I'll tell you, within 3 weeks, I put on 3 kilos. I realized, I'll have to get back on track here, which was a little bit boring. My husband found me very boring during lockdown. But I got back on track with my regime and I lost those 3 kilos in 3 weeks. So for me, I feel confidently I can say to you, it works for me. And if it works for me, maybe it can work for you too. So it's not necessarily a weight loss diet. For me, it's a weight maintenance regime. It's a lifestyle. So what does it mean, fasting? It means don't eat. There's a certain period where you don't eat, and there's a certain period where you do eat. That's the intermittent part. Fasting means don't eat, and then if you don't eat, you'll die. So fasting permanently is not a good idea. Right, so I do this intermittent fasting, and it's called 16-8. It's a 16-8 regime, where 16 hours is a fasting period, 8 hours is an eating period. Not that you can eat for 8 hours, just that in that 8-hour period, that's when you have your meals. So my eating, my regime is 16-8, meaning 11:30 a.m. I have breakfast. 7:30 p.m. I stop eating and I fast. So 11:30 to 7:30 a.m., 7:30 p.m. is my eating period. After 7:30, all the way around again to 11:30 the following day is my fasting period. That's the 16 hours. And like 8 hours of that is in bed. So it isn't too difficult. All I had to do was give up breakfast. And that's what some people say. Intermittent fasting is all about giving up breakfast. And if you look at it that way, then it doesn't make it so daunting. So it's not special foods or diet foods or anything, unless you want to lose weight, and then that's different. That's a weight loss diet combined with intermittent fasting. But if you just want to maintain a healthy weight, intermittent fasting and eating normally is perfect. So side effects, how did it affect me? The only thing that I can remember that I struggled with was the first week I had headaches. So that was detoxification, I'm sure. Every day around about 9:30, I had a headache, and it wasn't comfortable. But after a week, the headaches were gone. I think it was just getting used to not having the breakfast, or my body saying, "Hey, where's my breakfast?" But that was only a week, and then during the next couple of weeks was the getting through to the 11:30, and having like hunger pangs before then, feeling hungry. The way I solved that was black coffee, because during your fasting period, you can't have anything that goes in, you can't consume anything that has a calorie attached to it. So no food, no calories. So in that fasting period, you can drink water, you can drink sparkling water, you can drink black tea, herbal teas, and you can drink black coffee. And that's all. So you can drink. And the best I find, that what I found then, now I don't struggle, in the early days, was to take away that little craving for food. I had a black coffee, but maybe only one. That was it. And then I got used to it. Now it's just a way of life. It's just a way of life, and it fits into my timetable. So you can fit it into your timetable, whatever your whatever your life brings to you, whatever your chores are, whatever your job is, whenever you can find that 8 hour time to eat. At home we have breakfast around sorry, I have breakfast at 11:30, but supper time is between 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock, and that's why 7:30 is my cutoff time. That's back into the fast. And the other thing is no snacks in between. So snacking is, the way I look at snacking is extra. And if you eat extra, it gives you extra something else. And it's usually extra weight. You have your meal that gives you energy to sustain you. You have your breakfast, then you have a space in between, and then you have your supper. That those two meals give you enough energy to sustain you, to do a day's work, to do what you need to do. Whatever you have in between is extra. It's not necessary. It's just a habit. Snacking is a habit. It's not necessary to eat in between. So 2 meals within 8 hours with nothing in between is enough. That takes a little bit of discipline and getting used to it. It's a habit. So intermittent fasting is a habit. It takes practice. It takes a little bit of self-discipline to get into the regime. And then you'll find that it is not so difficult. It, it certainly isn't difficult. It doesn't interfere with my social life, with anything else. No one complains. I just don't have breakfast. I haven't got visitors around at breakfast time, so they don't know I don't have breakfast. And I can go out for a meal in the evenings if I want to, if the restaurants are open. And life goes on, and I maintain a healthy weight. So, like I said, if you are interested in getting onto this regime, there are so many benefits, medical benefits, and health benefits that I would like you to experience. Really, when you experience it, you know what I'm talking about. But the medical expert that I would like you to check up with is Dr. Jason Fung. You'll find him on YouTube, Fung, Dr. Jason Fung. He will give you the medical background, the research he's put into it, and the reasons why it is helpful, why it is good for us, and how it can help us live longer, live healthier, and be happier. So for now, I'm going to say, if you're thinking about going on a weight loss diet, then you might want to grab my weight loss plan. It's also in the description below this video. Pick it up. It gives you a little bit of it's a starter pack on how to get your mind in the right gear to go onto a weight loss diet. But for now, I'll say all the best, and I hope to see you again soon.